I know I give a lot of bad football takes. I really do. I'm not the best person when it comes to football takes. I'm just a gordito that speaks his mind about football because I love it. I love football since I was a kid, so I speak about it. ESPN dropped a 25 of the best football players from the 21st century. And I've been staring at this list, and the more I stare at this list, the more I think that people just don't watch football. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, but there's 3 things that I see instantly when I look at this list that drives me crazy. Luis Suarez is 24 in the top 25. And Neymar is 20th. This, my friends, is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in anyone that's ever discussed football. Like ever. Like in anything. Like I can't even take a person that says this seriously. I'm going to swing all the way to the top and we're going to start there. First place. Now, I don't even want to argue this because Messi being 1 or 2 or Ronaldo being 1 or 2, I'm not going to argue that. That's an opinion. Whoever was your GOAT is your GOAT. That's where we end it. That's where we walk away. Who cares? If you think Messi's the GOAT because he won everything plus the World Cup, that's your GOAT. If you think Ronaldo for what he did at Manchester United and then going to La Liga and winning a Ballon d'Or there as well and doing it in 2 different leagues and proving that he could play in different leagues is your GOAT, then that's your GOAT. I'm not going to argue that. 1 or 2, don't care how you have it. That's up to you. I don't care. Thierry Henry, number 3. Listen, I'm not even mad at this. This is something that I'm like, you know what? Thierry Henry is one of my favorite players of all time. I'm not mad. Do I think Thierry Henry is the 3rd best player behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi? No. I watch football. I watched football. And I know that if R9 didn't rip his knee, he potentially could have been better than Messi and Ronaldo. Now, I know Messi fans and Ronaldo fans will attack me for that. But lads, I'm an old man. I got whites in my beard. And I'm telling you, R9 at his prime was something completely different, bro. R9 back in the, like, it's I can't explain it to you. The thing that this guy could do with the ball on his feet and the way he could just get through defenders is absolutely one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Is he better than Messi and Ronaldo? Look, I'm not going to say that because Messi and Ronaldo have gone longer. They got themselves not injured. They did things that no one's ever done. So they obviously should be 1 and 2. But to not have R9 at 3 is crazy to me. I think R9 has to be 3, and that's no disrespect to Thierry Henry because I do think he's in the top 5. We go to number 4, we see Zidane. I'm fully cool with this. Listen, honestly, I think the list should be Messi or Ronaldo, whoever you want to pick, then R9, and then probably Zidane and Thierry Henry. Now, in my list, if it was my list in my like biased eyes, I'm putting Ronaldinho in the top 5 because I love Ronaldinho. I think Ronaldinho was the most magical player to ever touch the field, bro. Ronaldinho made football. He was awesome, okay? So now I have Ronaldinho in my top 5. That would be crazy. Yes, he would be in my top 5. But if I'm going based off of something that's not biased, Messi, Ronaldo, R9, Zidane, Thierry Henry, that makes more sense, right? But in 5th place, they drop Luka Modric. Like, this is just, you have Luka Modric at 5, bro. Yo, Hala Madrid all the way. But Luka Modric at 5, but Luka Modric wasn't better than Xavi or Iniesta. I'm sorry, bro. It's always Hala Madrid, bro. Don't get it twisted for 1 second. But for you to say Xavi and Iniesta weren't better midfielders than Modric is ridiculous, bro. Xavi and Iniesta did everything you could do in world football. They didn't win a Ballon d'Or because they were robbed of a Ballon d'Or. I don't care. Messi fans are like, nah, Messi deserved that one. But Xavi and Iniesta won the Euro and the World Cup back to back, okay? And Messi won the Ballon d'Or recently based off the World Cup. Xavi and Iniesta both won the World Cup, and in that same season, they won everything with Barcelona, and they didn't win a Ballon d'Or. I understand Messi's stats were ridiculous, and Ronaldo's stats were ridiculous that year, but those guys won everything you could win in football. They should be higher than Luka Modric. I'm sorry. I love Luka Modric. Anyways, we keep moving, all right? Mbappe, this is ridiculous. They got Mbappe at 6. He's a baby. This guy's a baby. Blood, what are you talking about? God forbid this ever happened. But if Mbappe ripped his knee right now and couldn't play football no more, He wouldn't be in a top 20. Like you wouldn't look at his whole career and be like, oh yeah, his career was better than Modric's. His career was better than Xavi and Iniesta's. His career was better than Dingo's. His career wasn't. Like, you can't put him there yet. He's 25, bro. What are we doing? I get he's been to back like the World Cups, and I understand he won a World Cup really young. I get that. Don't get it twisted for a second, but you realize that if Vinny or Luka Modric win a Ballon d'Or this season, that they're going to win a Ballon d'Or before Kylian Mbappe did. Like, you can't have him number 6. I'm sorry. That's crazy. Not number 6, bro. Not when Neymar's 20th, bro. You can't have Neymar 20th. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out. I know I'm going crazy. It's just wild, bro. Then they got Iniesta at 7. Iniesta below Mbappe. Xavi at 8. Xavi below Mbappe. Anyone below Mbappe now is crazy, bro. R9 below Mbappe. 2-time World Cup winner, 2 Ballon d'Ors, 2 times Copa America winner, 3 times FIFA Player of the Year, Golden Boot winner in 1998 World Cup, Golden Boot winner in 2020. I mean, in 2002 World Cup, and you got Mbappe above him. You got Mbappe above him. And on top of that, you got Luka Modric above him, who's won 1 Ballon d'Or, bro, and went to a World Cup final. And you are saying that he's better than, like, where? Like, how do you get this? I get he won a Champions League 6 times. Don't get it twisted, bro. I understand that. Let's not get that twisted for a second. Let's not get that twisted for 1 second, bro. Like, we can't get that twisted. We can't. We're not going to. We're not going to do that, okay? But at the same time, with all that being said, yo, like, over R9, that's crazy. We move Dingo, number 10. I don't think there's anybody in the world that would look me in my face and say that Dingo is a top, only in 10th, best players of the 21st century. FIFA World Cup winner, Ballon d'Or winner, Copa America winner, 2 times FIFA World Cup Player of the Year, 2 times La Liga winner. Like, bro, what am I seeing? We go on. Zlatan Ibrahimovic 11. Look, I'm not going to say nothing negative about Zlatan Ibrahimovic because I love Zlatan. I don't know where to rate Zlatan's career because I wasn't a person that, like, hardcore watched Zlatan like that. I'm going to keep it real with you. I watched a lot of Zlatan, but I wasn't like a Zlatan, like, I didn't watch, like, I didn't watch him all the time like that. You feel me? So I'm not going to rate him super high. I think that it's important that you rate players that you watch consistently. If you didn't watch players consistently, it's really hard for you to rate it because you're rating it based off of only stats and you didn't really watch it like that. Like, for example, for me, Pele cannot be the greatest player of all time because I didn't watch him. So that can't be my GOAT. You understand? I watched Messi, I watched Ronaldo, I watched Dingo, I watched R9. So I can choose a GOAT based off of somebody I watched. I can't tell you something based off of YouTube film who the best player to ever play was. So when you ask me, why do I love Eusebio so much? Because the history and what he brought to my club at Benfica and the history that I've seen. But I that's it. I can't tell you like, oh yeah, Eusebio's one of the greatest players of all time. I didn't watch Eusebio play. Based off his stats, I could tell you he was incredible, but that's all I can tell you. So I didn't watch Zlatan crazy amount for me to be like, yeah, for sure. Kevin De Bruyne is 12. Kevin De Bruyne is not better than Neymar. Sorry. Like, yo, you like, that's crazy. Like, stop it. He's not better than Neymar. He's just not better than Neymar. Toni Kroos, great player, 13. I get it. Sergio Ramos, 14. This is crazy. Sergio Ramos potentially could be one of the greatest center backs to ever touch the field, okay? And I want to tell you something else. I've gone through this list about 10 times, okay? And after going through this list about 10 times, I want to say this with all due respect, all right? Because I'm pretty sure he played in the 21st century, okay? The fact that you have Puyol and Sergio Ramos on this list and you don't have Maldini allows me to understand that your football knowledge is not that great, ESPN. Maldini and Sergio Ramos, in my opinion, are the greatest center backs to ever play that I've seen play. By far. Puyol, I love him. I love everything he stands for and everything he's done. No doubt about it. Maldini and Sergio Ramos are 2 of the greatest center backs to ever do it. Okay? And Maldini even played a different position at the point of his career. So did Ramos and stuff like that. But either way, Maldini was insane, bro. To not have Maldini on this list is actually one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just absolutely insane, bro. And with all due respect, I'm not going to try to say this in a really weird way. Puyol is one of my favorite center backs to ever touch the field. He's not one below Sergio Ramos, Ramos should be higher on this list. Ramos did everything you could possibly do in football, bro. Like, period. Like, Ramos was crazy as a center back. I love Puyol, but he ain't close to Sergio Ramos when it comes, like, I love Puyol, the leader he was, the player he was, amazing, but Sergio Ramos is Himothy, bro. Like, that's crazy to have them 14 and 15, and then Benzema 16, Sergio Busquets 17. Sergio Busquets is one of the greatest defensive mids to ever touch the field. I don't care what anybody says. You can come at me crazy, say Casemiro, Vieira, don't care, bro. Sergio Busquets was part of the Barca team that won everything. He was part of Spain's domination when they went Euro and World Cup back to back. This guy did everything you could do. Like, that's crazy. He's a wild defensive mid, only 17. Lewandowski, 18. Kaká, 19. And then Neymar, 20. Lads, like, I can go up and down this list a million times. I know a lot of y'all are not going to agree with the stuff I'm saying because, again, my football takes are not amazing. But Neymar to be 20 and to have Sergio Ramos only 14 and to have Luka Modric at number 5, I just don't know how much I can respect this list. Okay? I just don't know. I just look at this list and I think to myself, like, there's just no way, shape, or form that ESPN should be taken seriously in any way, shape, or form, especially when you have a 25-year-old player on here, okay? That's like me quickly sliding Lamau in because he won the Euro and being like, oh, yeah, this 16-year-old man. Let me just throw him at like 25. Bro, what are you talking about? He's the beginning of his career. Like, Mbappe, he's still young into his career. There's no way you could tell me that he is already he's not even in his prime yet. That means that when he hits his prime, if he's at 6 right now, when he hits his prime, you're telling me he's going to be better than Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi? Come on, bro. Like, that, he's not even in his prime yet. That means you're telling me prime Mbappe is going to be better than all these players? Because if you got him at 6 already, what's going to happen when he hits his prime? Like, that's just crazy. Anyways, lads, sorry for getting a little bit emotional there, man. I do love you guys very much, man. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. But look, I'm not saying that my list is correct and I know football better than somebody else because that's not the truth. I'm just saying to have R9 below have R9 and have Dingo below Xavi, Iniesta, Modric, Mbappe.